As you might have figured out already, after the Snapseed series, we are now on a PhotoPea series, and this is the second video for it. On this one, I will be sharing some tips on how you can use PhotoPea easier and effectively. Most of PhotoPea's functionalities mimics what Photoshop has, but there's still several differences, and I will be focusing on those for this video. The shortcut keyboard keys and items to make you more familiar on using PhotoPea. Let's get started. Before we start, if you haven't seen my intro video for PhotoPea, you can click the link that'll pop up on the screen now or the one in the video description. I'll just copy the picture here, then let's open photopea.com. Let's create a new project. Let's make it a transparent background. As you can see, the dimension of the new project is automatically set based on the picture we've copied. Let's click Create. Then Ctrl-V to paste the picture we created. There we go. As mentioned before, the overall UI of PhotoPea is almost identical with Photoshop. So, if you are familiar with Photoshop, it will be easy to navigate PhotoPea. Let's start with the layer style. Just like Photoshop, just double-click the layer, and the layer style for that layer will open. From here you can manipulate its bevel, stroke, shadow, glow and more. I've mentioned from the last video that you are limited to the fonts of PhotoPea. It turns out, I'm wrong since you can add any fonts to PhotoPea. You can either open a PSD file, then all fonts from that PSD file will be added to PhotoPea automatically if it is not there yet. Or you can download your own font. Just search from Google, download it. It usually comes with a zip file. Just extract it. Let's copy the location of the font file. Now from PhotoPea, go to File, then Open. Then let's go to the font file and open it. You will receive this message box asking you to load the font. Just click the OK button. To check if the font was loaded, just open the font drop-down box, then search for the font you've added. In this case it is Get Swifty. You can click the Start to add it to favorite. And you can now use it here on a text box. This is actually a Rick and Morty font. So let's make the text Rick and Morty. Let's make it red. There we go. Now let's go to Ruler. You can activate it by pressing Ctrl+R keys from your keyboard. Just make sure that you're active inside PhotoPea, otherwise the page will reload. Now that you have the ruler activated, you can drag the ruler from top to any point in the picture to add a guideline. Or drag the ruler from left to any part of the picture. You can do it multiple times if you need multiple guidelines. You can also reposition them to any place you want. To take this further, you can press Ctrl and K keys. This will open the guidelines and grid options. From here, you can enable or disable the guidelines. Enable or disable grid, then change the grid types, the gaps, and also change the units used by the ruler. Let's close that for now. To zoom in or out, you can use the magnifying glass in the toolbar or use the menu, but the easiest way is to hold the Alt key from your keyboard, then scroll the middle button wheel of your mouse. Scrolling up will zoom in, while scrolling down the wheel will zoom out. Alternatively, you can also hold the Control key plus the space bar key from your keyboard, then do a left click from your mouse, which will zoom into the picture on each click. If you zoom in too much, you can right click and do a zoom out. Or better yet, just right click and do a fit the area so that the canvas will be on the right size. You can also use the hotkeys indicated here on the pop-up menu if you want. Now, for horizontally scrolling the picture, you can hold the control keys of your keyboard and combine it with your mouse's scroll wheel. Scrolling the wheel up will move the picture to the left, turning the wheel down will scroll the picture to the right. Easy peasy. You can, of course, move the picture freely by using the hand tool, but it will be easier to just hold the space bar of your keyboard, which will automatically activate the hand tool, then use your mouse to drag the picture to whatever position you want it to be. For free transform in Photoshop, you press Ctrl+T. You can't do that here since Ctrl+T open a new tab in a browser. So for PhotoPea, you will need to add the Control button. That will be Alt, Ctrl+T. There we go. We can now free transform this text object. When you're done transforming the object, you can press Ctrl+D to deselect the object and apply the changes. The last trick I'm going to show is the quick copy. Just hold the Alt key from your keyboard, then click on the layer or picture you can to duplicate. There you go. You can see in the layers stack that it has been duplicated. Just press Delete to delete the layers. Then Alt and click to duplicate them again. Alright. I believe that's all I have for this video. Hopefully these tips and tricks can help make yourself more comfortable in using this great free Photoshop web-based clone, PhotoPea. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. If it has helped you in any way, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Nilasuj for watching. Nova Air.